Good morning, everyone. Welcome to St. Bridget's Spiritualist Church for Sunday, August 17th. Sorry, I seem to be having some technical difficulties. I kept dropping the internet, but now I'm on my phone. So sorry about that. I am Rev Kim, and I will be doing Sunday service today. Just before I actually start, I want to remind everybody that we have our Evening with Spirit virtually on August 21st, which is this Thursday. So get your tickets, send in your e-transfer, make sure you give me your email address so that I can send you the link to the Zoom closer to the day. So I won't be sending it out right away, but closer to the day, I will be sending it out. All right. So thank you for joining me. All right. And I'll start with the opening prayer. I call upon the light of the source to stream into the world, to open the minds and hearts of all. Let the light descend. Allow the plan of light and love to unfold. I will do thy will for the highest good of all. From spirit, through spirit, to spirit. I call upon my guides, guardians, and loved ones from the highest realms to support me in this time of learning and growth. Amen. All right. And as spiritualists, we have adopted the following principles. A divine source recognized as God, the unity of all life, communication, guidance, and healing from the spirit world, the continuous existence of the spirit, personal responsibility for every thought, word, and action, reward and consequence for all deeds according to God's natural laws, and eternal progress is open to every spirit. And freedom of interpretation of the 7 principles is acknowledged. So I spoke about this the last time that I was on, and whatever words we use or anything that we talk about, if it doesn't resonate with you, you can set it aside. We will talk about what we believe is our interpretation. So if certain words we use or concepts don't sit with you and resonate with you, then that is fine. You just work with what does resonate with you, all right? Don't feel like you have to believe in certain things, because that's not the way this works. This is everybody's own personal journey. So, all right. So now I'm just going to turn to the healing portion of our service. And I'm going to say the healing prayer. We ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from our mind and body and to restore us to perfect health. We ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and we will do our part. We ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. We put our trust in the love and the power of God. Amen. All right, so if you just want to get ready, comfortable in your seat, and if there's, this is the healing portion, so if there's somebody that you want to send healing to, just put their initials in the comments, so we'll send out healing to them. At the church, when we are doing this in person, we actually have a book in the back, so when you do join us in person, you can go and put names down in there, and you should always make sure you include your name when it comes time for healing, because everybody could use a little bit of healing, trust me. All right, so if you just want to put your names or the initials in the comments, that would be great. And I'm just going to start. If you want to get comfortable in your seat. All right, and just kind of soften your brow. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. And I want you to first take a deep breath in. And when you're breathing in, breathe in positivity, love, happiness, all beautiful things that just give you that feeling of love and satisfaction, and that you're not alone. And when you breathe out, I want you to breathe out any negativity, any resentments, anything that does not serve you today. Another deep breath in. And breathe out. Just take another deep breath in. And breathe out. All right. Now you will see a beautiful light above your head. This light is so beautiful and bright and warm. It doesn't hurt your eyes. It is just the most beautiful feeling of love and being encircled with just the caring, the love that you've never ever felt before. This divine love. Now, this beautiful light will enter the crown of your head as it opens like a beautiful flower to the sun. Now, this beautiful light will go down the back of your head, back of your neck, and into your shoulders. Now it'll travel down your arms, into your hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Now this beautiful light will enter your torso and it'll swirl around, filling you full of love, light, happiness, positivity, all those things that you need. And this beautiful light will give a special little hug to any organs that may require it today. Now this beautiful light will enter into your hips, down your thighs, down your calves, into your feet, all the way to the tips of your toes. Now this beautiful light will enter the earth and it'll go down through the dirt, through the rocks, through the tree roots, all the way down till it finds your beautiful boulder. Now once it finds your beautiful boulder, this beautiful light will wrap itself so securely, making an anchor. Now, once this anchor is secure, this beautiful light will twist and turn, ever strengthening, all the way back up through the tree roots, the rocks, and the dirt, all the way up into the bottoms of your feet. You are now filled with the light. You're surrounded by the light. You are the light. Now I want you to first ask for a spiritual healing for yourself. Then ask for any other type of healing that you may require today, whether that's physical, emotional, mentally. Now, let's send out this beautiful healing to our families, to our friends, out to our neighbors, through our communities, out across our beautiful province, across our beautiful country, and all over the world to those who require or are open to a spiritual healing today. Now I'd like to ask for special healing for those that are missing loved ones and grieving the loss of a loved one, whether physical or in that have crossed a spirit. And special to those who are experiencing difficult times, whether that's for health or whether that is, financially, or if they are experiencing very difficult challenges at home or at work. And let's send out a special healing to those who are affected by the actions of others, who are abused physically or mentally, psychologically. And let's send out a healing to the abusers so that they can see the error in their ways and can make changes to improve and start to heal themselves. Okay. I just want to thank Spirit for being in service and for this beautiful spiritual healing today. And if you want to slowly come back to the room, and take a deep breath in. You can breathe out. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you. All right, so I always kind of think, well, what am I going to do for service today? And there's been a few questions that I have had posed to me that I've heard people talk about lately. And it is, is my loved one with me? Are they with me? And I know I kind of talked about this in a bit of a ranting way the other day, or the last time I did service. But, people want to know, are my loved ones with me? They've crossed over, or they haven't heard from them. So are they not thinking about me? Are they too busy for me? And that's a really awful way for me to feel that people are feeling as though their loved ones don't want to be with them. Their loved ones are too busy for them. Their loved ones, don't care, or whatever the self-talk is, why your loved ones aren't with you. And, I want to reassure every single person that if there was a love connection in this realm, in the 3D, in this physical that we are in right now, if there was a love connection, a true love connection, you will never, ever have that broken. They're never not going to be with you. They're never going to abandon you. They're not. If there was issues between your relationship when they crossed over, they're not going to, be not showing up because they're mad at you, because that doesn't exist anymore. When they have crossed over, they are filled with love. They no longer have this physical body that we have that is controlled, that fights with our ego. And our ego is what causes us to have negative thoughts, feelings, anger, judgment, all those things that are not conducive to having beautiful, loving relationships. And so I just want you to be aware that, yes, they are still with you. I don't want people to think that they aren't with you, because they are. And this is exactly why we want to share the word. And, doing this virtually, we can get out to more people, because it's heartbreaking to think that people think their loved ones aren't with you. And a lot of the reason why, in my experience and opinion, is because you're not usually allowing yourself to either feel the connection, or you're relying on someone else to give you the connection. Being a medium is an absolute blessing. It is one of the most beautiful things that I have ever been entrusted with, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, because it's such a gift. It's a blessing. It is just such a beautiful thing to be able to give a connection to people with their loved ones. But you don't need a medium. You don't need someone to tell you if your loved one is or is not with you. Referencing back to people saying, oh no, your loved one, you know, they saw the light, they're done their job and they've gone and they're not with you. That's absolutely not true. They are with you. And a lot of times we get so, I guess, wound up or so focused on the negativity, you know, oh, they're not with me. They don't, you know, they don't love me. Oh, they're still mad at me. You know, all those things that we say to ourselves because that's what our ego's telling us. But it's not true, okay? Your loved ones love you. They love you so very much. It is a true love that you can't even, until you experience it, you can't even imagine how absolutely amazing this feeling is. And that's the spirit world. It's true, undying love, deep abiding love. It's just this unconditional love. So they are with you. And what you need to do is stop that negative talk. Because if you keep saying, oh, they're not here, they're not coming with me, they have nothing to say to me, well, that's putting up like a wall to your communication. So you need to be open to the communication. You need to start to calm yourself. You need to be able to meditate. You need to put yourself in a vibration, a positive vibration, where you're open to meeting with them. And when you bring your vibrations up, that helps them because they have to lower their vibrations to come to you. All right. So you do happy things. Go do something that makes you laugh. Go do, you know, if there's a craft you enjoy doing. If you love comedians, go watch a comedy show. You know, go visit somebody that you haven't visited for a long time. Just go grab a coffee with someone. Just, you know, just do something that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel joy, that gives you a little bit of a comfort, a boost. And when you start doing that, and then you sit and you meditate, you can actually ask questions when you get to it and talk to your loved ones and ask them questions, ask them for signs. And they are more than happy to give them to you. But you have to be open to accepting. You can't keep holding a negative outlook. You can't keep thinking that they don't want to see you, because they absolutely do. They absolutely do. And so it's a bit of a dance between the two of you to make that communication and make that work. I have a girlfriend who passed away in 2012. And prior to her passing, she, you know, did have a very short illness that took her quite quickly. And knowing from the beginning that she would not be around in the physical, we talked about communication and we talked about how we would keep in touch. And from the beginning, she was showing me signs after she crossed over. Right from the moment when she crossed and the door closed, I could hear her door close because I was holding her hand when she took her last breath. That's when things started to realize that, you know, there's something beyond what we are on, the plane we're on right now. And I would come home, and I know very shortly, probably within 2 weeks of her passing, was Valentine's Day. And I missed her. She was just so, her favorite color was red. She embodied love. She was just such a beautiful person. So I guess I shouldn't say was, because she absolutely is. And in her illness, as she was, you know, in the process of that transition, I had gone on a holiday. And on this holiday, I had a picture taken at the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And when I came home, it was Valentine's Day, I had her card that was up on a mirror the card that you get when at the funeral, and it was stuck in the mirror. Well, this card had come from being facing out to somehow turning itself and wedging itself in against the photo of me at the Grand Canyon, and like she was giving like a kiss, like she was showing love. And that was just, that was so profound. To see this, to know what this was, to know this just wasn't a coincidence. You know, people will find flowers, they'll find dimes, they'll find lots of things. So there's so many different ways that your loved ones can show you they're there, can show you their connection. And so you just need to ask. You need to ask, you need to talk to them, because you're not alone. They're there. And they will work. They will work hard to show you. So, you know, next time you're feeling like you're alone or that your loved ones aren't there, ask for a sign and, you know, put it aside. And I find that it's best if you say, if you go and you like maybe make a note, like I asked for a sign of, you know, whether it's a feather and from so-and-so, and then just kind of forget about that. And your loved ones are going to come through. Okay. Or if you're working or doing something someday, or there's something happening and all of a sudden you get some kind of thought in your head that is clearly not yours. You don't even know where it's coming from. That's your loved ones. That is your loved ones coming through and talking to you. And you need to recognize that, and you need to thank them, and you need to communicate back with them, because they are so in love with you that they don't want you to feel alone, and they will try whatever they can. And I can guarantee you, you know, everybody says, well, how are they doing over there? Well, they are doing everything, absolutely everything that was like their first pick, their most thrilling things that they did here. You know, whether, you know, it was going and meeting friends and enjoying, you know, maybe we're in a knitting, you know, in a knitting group, or would go and maybe play darts with their friends, or would maybe go and, who knows, go skydiving, or just sitting and having a tea or something. That they are doing all these things that they absolutely loved. You know, if they were passionate about golfing, or, you know, going on tropical vacations, they're doing all this. But that's not taking away from them being with you. And so they're doing amazing. And to honor them, you need to bring yourself up, bring yourself to a spot where you are doing the best you possibly can be as well. And they're going to be there. They're going to cheer you along. Ask them for help. They need you to ask them for help. You know, don't struggle and fight through these things that your challenges. Ask Spirit for help. And I can guarantee you that once you start to open up to that, things are just going to change so much for you. So I just wanted to share that. Like I said, it's heartbreaking that people don't think their loved ones are with them, or that they're too busy for them. You know, in addition to this, I guess we have said when we're doing our demonstrations, and you're in a group, you know, if your loved one isn't coming through, it's not because they don't love you. It's not because they're not there. It's not because, you know, you're not important. It's because people, when they cross over, they have the same personalities as they had here. They're not, you know, your very meek, quiet grandmother who wouldn't even, you know, want to ask for anything from anybody. She's not suddenly going to be barging through doors and, you know, making jokes and, you know, having things to say that would be completely out of character for her, because you wouldn't recognize who she is. All right. And so a lot of times people have these people in their lives who are, you know, gregarious, they're, you know, boisterous, and they've always got something, you know, something to say. And so, you know, it's like that same thing. They'll be your loved ones holding the door while all these other people are coming through. But when you need to hear the message, you will hear your messages. You will get a message. And it doesn't, like I said, doesn't necessarily need to be done through a medium, doesn't need to be done through somebody, because you can connect yourself. And because, again, there is that true, pure love connection. Nothing can break that connection. Not the transition to the spirit world, not transition from the spirit world to here when we're born. Nothing will ever break that love connection you have. So I just want to leave you with that. I hope that can help. And if you ever have any questions about, sitting and meditating and connecting with your loved ones, reach out to us. We've got myself, Rev Kim, and we've got Rev Jill, and we've got Rev Richard. You can reach out to us and say, hey, I'm struggling, this is what I need, or whatever. You go to our website, we've got our email addresses or some phone numbers, whatever that is. And if you want a reading, that's wonderful too. We're more than happy to help you. And we really do encourage you, though, to sit and learn how to communicate with your loved ones so that you're not feeling like you've been just left out in the cold, or that they've abandoned you, okay? Because they absolutely have not. Grief is so hard. It is not linear. It is not the same for anyone. So when people tell you how you should be grieving, please don't believe them because that's their journey, not yours, okay? And a lot of times the people who tell you should be over this grief by now are the people who really just, they haven't loved and had a love as profound as what you've had and haven't lost what you've had. Okay, everybody's relationship is different. And you can have the same, you could have 8 siblings and have the same mother, and every single one of them, their connection is going to be different. And when they come through, it's going to feel a little bit different with that connection. All right. So please reach out if you would like a reading or spiritual healing. We've got, again, you can go to our website, you can email us, you can message us on Facebook, you can message us on Instagram. I've been putting our videos on YouTube, so please go join, like, subscribe, share the YouTube channel, because Facebook takes these off after a certain period of time. So we've been transferring them to YouTube. So you can look and you can watch so many of our videos now. I think there's over 100 by now. That we started this during 2020 when we couldn't be open in person. So we are blessed enough to have this technology, have this ability to put this out there. And I strongly encourage you to share this with all your loved ones, your friends, anybody who you feel could benefit from a connection with spirit. And we love to see you. So please come down to the church if you're able. If you're not, please, communicate with us virtually. And, we can definitely work with this, because we can talk to you anywhere in the world. We have that technology these days. So please never feel alone, and please reach out if you do feel alone. All right. So again, I'm going to just repeat, August 21st. So this Thursday, you can please, you want to sign up for Evening with Spirit. It's myself, Reverend Jill, and Charlene is going to be with us. And she's a beautiful medium as well. She's done some platform with us, but she has not done a virtually platform yet. So please join us and experience this beautiful, it's just this beautiful evening that is always filled with so much comfort and joy and love, because you will know. And if you don't get a reading, that's okay, because you're not there by coincidence, okay? You're there to hear those messages. And so I just leave you with that. St. Bridget's, we also have, I want to remind people, we have a pantry. And the pantry has kind of, morphed into, instead of physical items, we've got a superstore gift cards is mostly what we have in the $25 denomination. So if you or a loved one requires or needs a little bit of help, please reach out to us and let us know, and we will do what we can to get you the cards. If you are also in a position to donate cards, again, we ask for $25 denominations in either Walmart or Superstore gift cards. We just want for places that, you know, we can get the most, because this is just not, it's a lot of money. So, so it is, if you look on Thursday, if you're on Danish time, I don't know how to look right now, but we are 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So if you can look at what that is for you, a lot of places it's, I think later in the morning. I think that's, I'm just trying to remember when I was away last year, what the time difference was. But if you just want to look, it's 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's 7 o'clock in our evening. So if you just want to look, and if it's a good time, please send us there's the e-transfer. And yes, we are in Canada. Yes. So we would love if you could join us. All right. So I am going to just do our closing prayer. And I thank you. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. I don't know what was happening. I've never had internet not be working on here. So I had to transfer to my phone. So I'm going to send a close with the closing prayer. As we depart, we ask for the love and the light to stream forth from our work here tonight. May it heal and support those that are in need. May we return to our earthly journey and always endeavor to strive towards our highest good. We wish to thank our guides, guardians, and loved ones that have supported us in our growth. Till next we meet, may your path always be lit by the light. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you take something away from this and start looking for the signs and start talking to your loved ones and learn and feel this beautiful feeling that you can get once you can do that, because you have that love and that can't be broken. All right. You have an amazing week. I will see you next week at 10:30 our time. Have a great day.